Shabbat Shalom to everybody, and you are welcome to the Shabbat of this morning. We thank the Lord our God, as I said, and the Parashah that we are going to talk about this morning is called Parashah Va'era. Parashah Va'era, which means the Lord God appeared, to appear. So, God appeared to who? To Moshe Rabbeinu. Remember, God has appeared to him before on Mount Sinai. And now, God sent him to Pharaoh to say, let my people go, so that they can serve me in the wilderness. Moshe, reluctantly, okay. God pushed him, right? And he left. And he came to Pharaoh in the land of Egypt, in the land of Israel, right? He gathered together the elders of Israel. So this is what the Lord God said, the God of your fathers. Because they asked him, which God? Remember, these are people that has already been assimilated into the land. Many people are trying to give us an evidence into the contrary. No. The Israelites in Egypt has already been assimilated. They worship the Egyptian gods. They do the same thing like what? Like the Egyptians. They've lived there for over 400 years. They're just like them. Only few of them still remember the gods of their father. Majority are being assimilated to the system. Just like what we see today in the United States. Remember that Egypt was the United States of that time, the superpower of the planet at that time. How many Israelites or how many Jews in the United States can stand up and say, yes, I remember the God of my fathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All of them have been assimilated into the system. Right? All people, majority of our brothers that are Jews, they are the ones that are even sponsoring this other, the other Torah. That what I call it other Torah. The Torah on the other side. These are Jews, as if they have never read the Torah before in their lives, as if they never went to show in their life, as if their parents never teach them the Torah of Moshe. But they believe in the other Torah. That a man and a woman are no longer supposed to live together. That a man and a man is good. A woman and a woman is good. A child can go and change their sex. These are sponsored by our own people too. Because they have the money. We can let us destroy the family foundation. Is that what the Torah said? It's very pitiful sometimes. Sometimes it's as if you want, what is going on? Because they want the physical wealth, the materialism of the world to remain on them alone. But that is not what God is saying. The Torah gave us the fundamental family value, the value of life, that life supersedes all. Right? That we should keep the family value, that it is extremely important, because this is our memory. They want to erase your memory. They want to change the way you think. And we say, no, we follow the Torah of Moshe, not the Torah of the other side. So, God again appeared to Moshe. Moshe went to God now, to discuss. He said, God, I arrived at where? At Egypt. It was everything was fine. I met with the people. I discussed with them. I did the miracle, and I went to Pharaoh directly to tell him, let my people go. For this is what the Lord God of the Hebrews said. Let my people go, so that they may serve me. And Pharaoh was asking me some funny question, He said, okay, which God is it? Because I have a lot of gods. I have this. He mentioned their names, thousands or millions of them. So the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is not among them. Because I've never heard about that. Moshe insists, the God of the Hebrew said this. Come on, Moshe. You can't do this. And Moshe said, and I performed the miracle. And his own people also even performed the same miracle. That is wonderful, eh? Moshe begins to complain. He said, God, instead of him to make things easy, he made things even tough for them. Right? As I discussed it yesterday at Erev Shabbat, right? Do you know that this system is still continue to this present day? This evil system. Pharaoh said, oh, okay, you want to go, eh? You want to go out of my land. It seems as if you don't have a job. Your job is so easy. I will make your job hard. When you don't have time, you cannot think. A man that has time is the man that thinks. Because he has time. He can sit down and start to think, try to look at issues and understand what is going on. But a man that is busy 24 hours has no time to think. The same system we are living in the 21st century. The super rich, the fat cat, I call them. They make the people to only work and work and work and work so that you will have no time to think. Because if you have the time and you sit down and you think, they say that you are going to revolt against them. They are going to rise and fight back. And the super rich, they don't want you to fight back. They want to keep you in slavery, perpetual slavery. So everybody work for them. We talked about the same thing yesterday. In Toronto, for example, the mayor of Toronto woke up one night and said he's going to increase the property tax by over 10%. Where do you want the poor people to get the money to pay? He said, no, it's not. She said, it's not of my business. I didn't cost it. So who said that you cost it? We are not saying that you cost it, but you are elected to fix the problem, not to increase the problem. That is your job. Your job is to fix what is bad, not to even make what is bad, not to make it worse. But the system is to make it worse because the poor has to pay for the rich. How many millionaires that we have in Toronto? How many millionaires do we have in Ontario that you cannot take money from them to balance your budget? No, they cannot do that. The poor has to carry it. They don't care. Right? This is the issue. This is what I'm saying. When the super rich sit down and they keep on punishing, sucking the blood of the poor. It's like a vampire. Right? That is wrong. It's not right. Pharaoh did the same thing. It's not new. It's never new. It's the same thing. Pharaoh said, okay, because you have time, that's why you can think. And now I'm going to remove all those things I'm giving you. You have to find it by yourself. So when you don't have time, you will not think at all. I will make your life miserable. Right? To make the life of the people even more harsh. And Moshe, as a human being, was like, what is going on? I thought this guy would just, let them go like that automatically. No. Moshe was a human being. He has pity. He was saying, but God, this is not the plan. The plan is for you to allow Pharaoh to let the people go. But you make their life miserable. Right? Moshe was talking to God. You, God, made the life of the people miserable because you told me to go and I went and it was the opposite that happened. Not what I intended to happen. He didn't let us go. He even made our life worse. The title is Who was Moshe? Who is this man? Who was this man? One guy yesterday at the Erev Shabbat asked me a question. The Christian, for example, they want to emulate Jesus. Right? He said, so he was asking, he said, for the Jews, who do we emulate? Who do we want to emulate? And I told him, all our history, we want to emulate Moshe Rabbeinu, the greatest prophet of all time. Because of his simplicity. Because he was a man of meekness. The Torah said, in all my house is the most simplest person. He wasn't proud. He talked to a child like a child. He talked to an adult as an adult. He made himself available to all. Right? That is what we want to emulate. A man that speaks to God face to face, mouth with mouth. And continue. So, who was this man, Moshe? He's a human being. Remember, he's not a spirit. Neither is he a god. Because many people take a man and they make him a god. And that's where the problem is. So how can you associate yourself to a god? You remember, a god has a superpower. And you are a human being, you don't have a superpower. So how can you emulate a god if you are not a god? But I can emulate a human being because Moshe was a human being. He has one head, not two heads. He has blood flowing in his veins. He has a flesh and bone, the same thing that I have. He has a lung, a heart. I have the same thing. So I can say, if this man can do it, if this man can make it, I also, by the power of God, can make it. I can do the same thing that he did. I can follow in the footsteps of this man. Because the man has already made the road. For me, it's just to follow. The road is already there. I don't need to make another new road. That is nothing new under the sun. Just follow what he has said or what he has done. Who was Moshe? Moshe spoke before God, saying, "Behold, the children of Israel have not listened to me. So how will Pharaoh listen to me? No, he won't listen. And I have a sealed lip. My lip is sealed." Exodus chapter 6, verse 12. Who was this man, Moshe? Who was he? And what can we learn from this man? What can we learn from him? Our tradition teaches us that Moshe is the greatest of the prophets. The one who spoke to God face to face. The most faithful and greatest of the human nations. Moshe was the greatest of all human beings that ever lived on the planet. Because he was able to speak face to face with the creator of all. The creator of the ends of the multiverse. And he wasn't proud about it. Let's talk that, Enan is Moshe. For example, he spoke to God face to face. Immediately, the second hour, the next second, human being becomes ego. Yeah! I spoke to, who are you? I can perform it. I can convert the fire to consume. If you talk against him, he said, "I'll call that fire from heaven and consume you right away there." People will be afraid of it. Because he now has a superpower, or they call it a special power. No? Oh God, Moshe wasn't like that. No. He was the same. Even though speaking with God, even the more he got closer to God, the more he became more simple. You see, can we look at the mentality of such a man? Can we look at, in Egypt, many people say, "Oh, I'm a prince." Not only in Egypt now. Look at our Prime Minister, look at Trudeau. He goes everywhere he wants to go, being proud, jumping up and down, I don't know what to say, like some unlearned person. He goes to India and make a mess of Canada, make a show of Canada. Looking at these Canadians they have no idea of what is going on. That is the Prime Minister that we elected, making a mess of us anywhere he goes. As if there is no wise men, no intelligent people in the country. Because my father was a Prime Minister and I was raised with a golden spoon. Then I can do whatever I want to do. I'm proud, no? Because the world I live is different from the world ordinary Canadians live. They live in a different planet, not on this planet. Their universe, their world is a different world. So that's why you see them behaving like that, because they have an idea of what you and me is going through. Some of them, they've never worked in their life. They just sit down in the pension, or they just sit down in the the money that their father has looted. Through some stupid businesses or through some companies that they have built for themselves when they were in power. They've never worked in their life. They don't care. Most of them, they sit down and only smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke and smoke and drink and drink and drink and drink. While ordinary men, Canadians, wake up in the morning, 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m., go to work. Right? So they don't understand what you are passing through. They don't But Moshe cared. Because Moshe understood what we are passing through. Because he himself has passed through that. He knows. You understand? He said, God, why is the life of these people miserable? I know I was a shepherd. I am still a shepherd. I take the sheep of my ward, of my father-in-law everywhere. And I know that people, if you don't drink water, it's hard. These people, they walk and walk and walk. The Egyptians are not giving them water. These people are dying. They flog them. They are punishing them. Why are you making their life miserable? Why? He was communicating with the creator of the universe. But Moshe was very human, as I said. He made mistakes like me and you. He wasn't a God. He was a human being, a pure 100% human being like me and you. He did not start his career as a leader. No. His life story began with what most people would say an extraordinary good luck. Remember, when he was born in a small place, and the mama hid him for 3 months. The mama could no longer hide him. You know, let me go and throw him and put him in a basket and see what is going to happen become of him. And people now will say it's a good luck. And suddenly the Pharaoh's daughter were coming to take a bath, to take a shower, and they hear the voice. So the point now is, what is the probability? The probability that everything happened just like that. I'm telling you, the probability is 0.0000. But it's because God has planned it that way. God said, make this thing. Just speak in the mind of the woman, make it, and say, okay, go put it there, okay, put that there, and God kick the Pharaoh's daughter, go take a shower. And at that time, God tell the angel, slap Moshe. The angel slap Moshe, and Moshe begins to cry. And God magnified the volume so that the Pharaoh's daughter can hear it. What is going on? What is hearing there? There's a baby there. Oh, no, bring the baby. Another miracle that we also always sometimes ignore is this. The probability of Pharaoh's daughter seeing a Hebrew child. Wow, this is a Hebrew child. Kill him. But he didn't kill him. The Torah said, and when she opened and he saw, and she has pity on him. Can you imagine? She has compassion on him. What is the probability that a Pharaoh daughter will have the compassion on a Hebrew? She knows this is a Hebrew child. Because the king has already said, kill them all. Can you imagine? She has pity on him. How? Because God has favored him. It is favor. God made Moshe to find favor in the face or in the sight of Pharaoh's daughter. And she took him as his own, as her own. And begins to train him up as her own son. Can you see this miracle? It's a miracle. It's not just, it didn't happen just like that. It's God has set it like that, one by one. Because in the Midrash also give us understanding, and that when Moshe was there, it was quiet. Moshe was quiet. And as soon as Pharaoh's daughter came and stepped the Nile, they said, and the angel pinched him to start crying. Cry. It's a Midrash, understand. So this is what I'm saying, that everything is set by God. It's not just, it's not that the probability that everything just happens like, no, it is the plan of God. So, this man made mistake, just like me and you. He is a human being like me and you, and so therefore me and you can relate with him or to him also. While the Hebrew were being killed, Moshe was living in the lap of the Pharaonic luxury. He had it all, he had everything, so to say. And Moshe decided in an act of conscience, for his conscience was disturbing him. He gave it up. No, I don't need it. He gave up the wealth, the power, the luxury, and safety of the house or the palace of Pharaoh. How? By killing the Egyptian who was striking the Israelites. Moshe also by condemning or by telling the fellow Israelites, why are you fighting your brothers? You don't do this. It's not good. If you look at it, Moshe was biting the hand that feed him. Even the hand that saved him was biting it. And he was revolting against the regime whose rule made Israelites into slaves and whose rule made him the prince. Can you imagine this? You see the opposite of the same point. Moshe, because of the act of his conscience can no longer take this injustice. His conscience can no longer take this evil that is happening. He cannot just sit down and cross his feet and be eating salad, and be eating potato, and be eating fish and beef, and be eating steaks, and say, I'm taking wine and juice. He can no longer take that. Say, this is not right, what is going on. And he acted. He didn't just say, okay, this is not right, okay, I'll just keep my mouth shut, it's not right, okay, I won't talk. But if you don't talk, you become an accomplice to the evil. And this is what most of us are today. Because you see the minority, 0.00001% of the population that call themselves some kind of gay and so on, or lesbian, they make noise more than the 99.9999% of the people, and all of us will keep our mouth shut. We become accomplices to their actions. We are saying, oh, no problem, your action is good. We will support you. And the government is putting everything on their head as if that is the right thing. And all of us, we keep our mouth shut. We are the majority that pay taxes. So we should rise up and say, this will not pass in our land. This is our land. We pay for this land. We pay the taxes. And this will not pass because we will never allow this in the land. So we are also an accomplice to that because we refuse to talk. Because they say, oh, you are homophobic. I am not homophobic. No, I am not. What I'm saying that I don't like your action because your action is against national law. Your action is against national law. Because that is not a national law. And you are telling me I'm some kind of homophobic. I am not. I like you as a human being, as a creature, as a man, as a woman created in the image of God. But your action is not good. It's evil. We have to condemn that. We have to let everybody understand. So don't mix things together. Because that is what the enemy always do. He take half truth, half lie, mix it and give it to the people. Then you become confused. You say, I don't want to be homophobic. No. You are saying, this action is not right. As a human being, I like you. Because some of them are good. Naturally, you can't just condemn them all. But their action is not good. You have to condemn it. It's not right. So this is what I'm saying. Moshe Rabbeinu said, I will not be an accomplice to this. He gave everything up. It's like he's biting the finger or the hand that feed him. The regime that made Moshe a prince is the same regime that made his people a slave. So now it's a dilemma. You have to choose. Do you want to be part of your people? Or you want to continue to sit down in the palace and enjoy while your people are dying? So that is what we see today in most of the world. Look at the war that is going on in Ukraine. Over 500,000 men have died. That they don't supposed to die. They don't supposed to die. Some stupid man calling himself the president said, I want to fight. Fight what? The fight you know from the beginning that you cannot win. I've never seen what is smoke, for God's sake. I don't know what is smoke. You want to fight a superpower. You want to fight a country that has a nuclear bomb and you don't have nothing. Does it even make sense? Somebody is pushing you, supplying you weapons. Go and fight. And why don't you allow him? Tell him, go fight yourself. Why are you using me? Why do you want to use me to fight? If you want to fight him, go fight him or her yourself. Use your own soldier and your own people to fight. Because me, I cannot fight. Your 500,000 of your own people. Finish. Finish. What a life. Is that right? Because you want to be famous. Because you want them to give you more money. Because you want people to be talking about your name. while your people, their blood is crying in the ground. Just like the blood of Cain and the blood of Abel crying in the soil. Because those 500,000 souls are crying before God for justice. Because you know you cannot do this, and you just kill them, slaughter them, just like that, like chickens. That is not right. So, Moshe has to decide, am I going to join my people, or am I going to remain in the palace? So he took the other side, the side of his people. He said, you know what? I suffer with my people. They rejected everything. Can we do the same thing today? Can me and you do the same thing and say, I'm going to reject everything and I will stand with my people. I will stand with God. I will stand with the creator of the ends of the universe. But we say, you know what? No. The pain is too much. Let me go and do some fraud. I want to be a millionaire. If I cannot make it legally, I will make it illegally. Right? What do we think? What are we doing? What's our choice? You have to decide. In last week's portion, Moshe said no to Pharaoh and to what? To oppression. In Vaira, Moshe tried to say no to God. Moshe told God about his own weaknesses. Moshe begins to complain, God, my lips is too heavy. He told God last week, Shimon, he repeated the same thing. Now, he wanted to wash his hand. He said, no, this work is, I can see that this work is hard. I can see that this work is tough. Right? Because I went to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh refused, and even made the life of the people miserable. Right? Hard. And you know what? I want to wash my hands away. I let me return back to Midian. Let me stay with my wife and my children. Let me continue doing the shepherd. That is what I know. And I want to continue with that. This work, and I never wanted it in the first place. I never wanted it, but you push me. And now I think it's getting too hard for me. And God said, no. We are just starting. You will see what I'm going to do to Pharaoh and to Mizraim, to Egypt. This is just the beginning. The miracle begins to happen. God allowed the pharaohs and his magicians, his wise men, to repeat the same miracle. But when it comes to a tougher one that they cannot produce, even though his magicians, his wise men, they told Pharaoh, this is not ordinarily again. This is the hand of God. Pharaoh was very smart. When the blood comes and they perform the same thing, but Moshe own was in what? In a massive scale. But the Egyptian own was on a small scale. That hardened the heart of Pharaoh. Because God wants to harden his heart. He said, oh, if you can do it, my people too can do it. No problem. But when the hay with fire begin to fall down, and they could not reproduce that, his people told him, oh, no, this is the hand of God. Pharaoh said, okay, I can deal with that. What is the plan? We go to Moshe. Moshe, come. Please pray to your God. Let your God stop this and I'll let you go. Moshe was naive. Remember, Moshe was the simplest man. He was a good man. He go to God, pray, God, please, let this thing stop. God, stop it. And Pharaoh laughed. And he continued again. He never stopped. He continued. When the boy come and all Egypt was full with boys, he called to God, Moshe, come, pray to God, let this boy stop. All the boy in the body. The boy stopped. Pharaoh laughed again. He was laughing with God. He was just making mockery of Moshe and making mockery of God. When the lice fill all the land, he prayed, Moshe, please stop. Moshe prayed, God, stop. The lice, they laugh again. He thinks he can continue like that. He thinks in his head, this is a game. He thinks in his head, this is a joke. It wasn't a joke. Remember, God gave him the long rope. I always tell us, that rope has positivity and that rope has negativity. Everything that is positive has negative. Everything that is negative has positive. Everything is balanced. The rope that God gave to Pharaoh, the same rope God used to hang him. If he doesn't change, if he doesn't improve his way, if he doesn't listen and hearken to the word of God, that is committing suicide, because God will hang him without the same rope. And that's exactly what happened as we continue in the Parshas. Moshe complained to God like a human being. We are all human beings. We have the right to complain. That is what I am saying. We can complain. We tell God, I want you to do something. It's your father. Don't be afraid. No, don't be afraid. Why are you afraid? Go to him with what? With confidence. There is always a particular thing. I was in the place of Enan. So his dog, that's a saying, not only dogs, majority of animals, especially dogs and horse. You know, when you want to approach a dog or a horse, you don't go children, because they feel it that you are afraid. And if you are afraid, I mean that there is something that you are thinking about, maybe negative thing against them, and so they can stand and react. They are ready to fight. But when you go with confidence, you get them. They feel good. The same thing, the horse. You go, the faith, you rub it with confidence. Not shaking, because they can feel your fear, and you are afraid. And a person that is afraid is a person that has what? Negative things in their mind. That's a man that is afraid. Because he wanted to do bad thing, he doesn't know if he's going to be caught or not. He's thinking. He has negative things. So those animals, they can feel it. You understand that? They go with confidence, you love it. They feel good. You can go to your father, don't be afraid. Why are you afraid? No, you can complain. You are a human being. Tell him, God, this is what is happening. Help me. I need your assistance. I need your deliverance. I need your blessing. I need your protection. I want you to intervene in my life. There's something going on which I don't understand. You can ask him. Don't be afraid. He's listening. He's hearing. And he will do something on your behalf. Moshe complained, I'm a man of a big tongue. But God said, don't worry. I'll settle that. I know someone who is going to help you with that. You don't be afraid. What do you understand? And what do we get? This Moshe, this do gooder, who is all conscience and no sense, who is all principle, yet no practicality, with strong mind, but no mouth. He also the most modest of all men. This Moshe that we're talking about is a man that has conscience, but no sense. What is your conscience? Do you feel remorse? Do you understand what is going on? Or are we accomplices to the negativity that is happening in our land? Are we standing up to say enough is enough? We will not put up with this anymore. Enough of oppressing the poor. Enough of charging us too much taxes. Why the billionaires, they don't pay nothing, zero. There must be what? There must be justice. The people that earn much, let them also contribute. Not only the poor dying and you are sucking their blood as if they are not human beings. Are we accomplices to this? Or are we supposed to say, okay, we are going to make a noise too and shout? This Moshe, a man that filled with principle but with no practicality. He has a principle. He stands firm on what? On righteousness, on justice. But the practicality is not there. How can you put this what you believe? How do you put it into practical? How do you put it into action so that it can work well? Moshe was learning. It's the beginning, right? It's a learning process. Remember, he was 80 years old at this time. 80 years old man. He's still learning. God is teaching him. Don't worry, Moshe. Don't do guru, 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 guru. Don't do gra, 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 as the African will say. No. Calm down. Let Pharaoh have his own time. My time is coming. By the time I descend upon them, they will regret being born. I just let's give them time. Everything is a time. Everything is a process. So that when the judgment will come, Pharaoh and Egypt will not say, God, you did not give me time. No. The judge of all the earth, remember, is God. God is the judge that judges everything in the multiverse. And it will never go into action without giving you a long time. God is a God of patience. Remember, God is a God of patience. His patience is, we can't even imagine it. He's patient with us. So, but when the judgment comes, that means your cup is full. So, and this Moshe was choosing to be the Redeemer and the Rabbenu, that means the teacher of Israel. This choice on the part of God makes sense when we understand what Torah is teaching us. Torah is saying the Torah is concerned with what? Not who we are. The Torah is concerned about with what? What can you do? What can you offer? Not what you are. No. Not are you white or black? Are you green or yellow? Are you Indians or natives? Are you Africans or South Americans? No. That is not the Torah. No. As far as you are a human being, the descendant of Adam. What? Your quality. What everybody has a quality that you can come in with. But Moshe complained, I'm a stammerer. I stutter, right? Don't worry about that. I will fix that. Do you also come and complain, God, I have only one eye. So what? You can use the other eye. Oh God, I can't hear perfectly well. I will give you somebody that can hear. Oh God, you know what? My hand is like this. Okay, I'll give another person that has two hands. There is always a way out. That's what God is saying. Do not pretend as if, don't make limitation for yourself. That's what God is saying. Do not limit yourself. Because when you limit yourself, you've already put yourself in jail, in prison. Because you limit yourself. But God is saying that you are unlimited. Remember there is a saying that says the sky is the limit. That saying is a wrong statement. The sky is the limit for the people of the world, not for you. Because you have no limit. No limit. It's just the power of the mind. You have no limit. You are limitless. You just have to put the work in it. If you don't put the work in it, then you have a limit. But if you put the work in it, you have no limit. Moshe was not a good speaker, so what? God provided a way. Thirdly, Moshe is the modest of all human beings. That is the quality that God is asking us to follow. To be meek, right? To be simple. Not ego, not self, not I. Oh, I spoke with God, I can perform all miracles, I can condemn anybody, I can do whatever. No. Use the power, the talent, the thing that God has given you, use it positively, not negatively. Use it positively. To do what? To enhance the development of man. To enhance the relationship between man and God. That is your job. That is our job. Not to destroy the relationship between man and God. Not to destroy the relationship between man and a man. No, but to enhance it, to make it beautiful. What is the Torah saying? Torah is telling us that we are what? We are a co-actor with God to make the creation perfect. God did not make the creation perfect, specially. He made it very good. The Torah says, and everything was very, very good. But not perfect. If you make it perfect, then God doesn't need us. Why are we here then? But our job is to as God's children, to make the work of our Father perfect. To perfect the creation. Not to destroy it, not to make it negative, to make it better, good for everybody. So my people, the Torah said, who is this man, Moshe? Can you understand the life of this man? Can you copy from the life of this man? Can you understand what went on in his life? Can you learn from his life? Can we learn from his life? And that is what the Torah is saying. We have to learn from his life. He has created, he has made the way. Moshe has helped us to clear the road by the power of God. It is not hard. The Torah is never hard. It is man that makes it hard. It is man that had heavy load, add and make it very heavy for his fellow men. It's not hard. We can carry it. It's a load, remember, it's a load. But we can carry it because God said you can carry it. If we cannot carry it, God will not give us the Torah in the first place because God is not a wicked God. God doesn't want us to be suffering in pain. He knows that we can carry that. This is your load, carry it. You can carry it. I know you can do it. So this is what I'm talking about. Moshe has shown us example. We can follow the footsteps of Moshe. We can say, God is, and it's true. I can see it with my two eyes, and I want to follow. Torah is life to those who take hold of it. Moshe taught us to be free by teaching us that character really can't. Your character can't. My character can't. Our way of life can't. What we are is more important than who we are. What we are is more important than what we are. Moshe taught us that what we say is more important than how we say it. What we say is more important than how we say it. Many people will tell you, oh, why did you say that way? Why didn't you just say the other way? No. The truth is the truth. Say it. Don't be afraid. But people say, no, don't say it like that because it's going to get the people angry. Oh. Okay. If you want to be angry, be angry. You can be angry with the truth, it's your choice. But I will say the truth the way it is. I received a lot of messages online. They say this rabbi is a bigot. That's what they said. They say because he doesn't like gays. They talk bad thing about Lisbon. They talk bad thing about our way of life. I will continue to say it because that is not right. From my own perspective and from the perspective of the Torah, that the Torah of Moshe, not the Torah of the other side. On the Torah of the other side, maybe it's good for them, continue, it's good for you. But the Torah of Moshe said, no, it is not right. And I follow the Torah of Moshe, it's not right. Right? They say this rabbi, does not understand that Jesus is God. How can I recognize that? When Jesus is a human being. God is not a human being. The Torah states, I am not a human being. He said it clearly. Neither am I a flesh. I'm not the son of a man. God is energy, is power. And God is telling us, follow, I have sent you messengers. I have sent you Moshe. I sent you Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I sent you prophets. Follow them. They show you the road. It's not hard. Follow what they taught you. It's easy. Don't say what that is what the rabbi said. This is what the pastor said. This is what the imam said. What did you say? What did you say? Do you read? No. I don't have time because you are lazy. Go read yourself what the Torah said. Okay, this is what the Torah said. If the Talmud said differently from what the Torah said, condemn the Talmud. Follow the Torah. Because the written Torah is the fact. It's the foundation, the fundament. Don't follow what any other book said if it is contrary to what the Torah said. Follow the Torah. For Torah is life. Who was Moshe? Who was this man? A man that start his beginning very humble, very simple. A child that cried, help me, help me. He cried out. He wasn't ashamed. He wasn't scared. And his voice was hard. Yeshua said the same thing. It's not hard. Yeshua said, knock, and the door shall be opened. There is somebody at the other side. There is a being at the other side. There is God at the other side. When you knock hard. God listen, God open the door. When you seek, a man that seek is a man that find. If you don't seek, you sit down, you will never find nothing. Because you are sitting down, you are not seeking. You have to seek, you have to look after, look. The Messiah is in the Torah. Let's search it, let's look for it. The Messiah is in the Torah. Seek, you will find. Knock, the door shall be opened. Ask, you shall be given. Ask. Ask questions. I said last week. Ask more. Question more. Don't keep your mouth shut. Question and question everything that is in Torah. You are a human being, you have the right. You are a son of God and daughter of God, you have the right to question. Question it. And God will give you understanding one by one. Parshas Va'era. Shabbat Shalom.